Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Back to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Collins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Out to his left. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He'll buy some time right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. This defense for the Bears, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They'll set up a throw. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
Here's Swift. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Fields. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago. And they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting has taken over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Here's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
On now comes the Lion offense. They'll be asked to go for 2 here. It's complete, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they've got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Fields escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
2nd and 10. Fields completes a Mooney on the slant. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Fields. Flush to his right. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Fields on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down. A play fake. Now Fields to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
Cohen is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. Shreds the tackle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Here's Swift. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Well executed there on second down. So do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
On third down, here comes Swift. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. They'll try it now with Swift. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
That was fourth and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't fourth and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Collins. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, it's Fields. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
On first down, he'll drop to throw, sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Second and 3. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end.
Breaks the tackle. Now an Allen. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Bears! Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
And it brings up the third down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 76 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Collins. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Javon Hargrave in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Now a 1st down throw. Fields escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap. Fields. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To throw is Fields. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party. Now a give, right side, Swift. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now a carry for Swift. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Zerline connects on the extra point. They will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
130 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And on an RPO, everything happens so fast. And as a defender, you can't get stuck trying to figure out what's going on. That time he had it figured out in a flash, and he was able to make a beeline to the receiver and make the play.
On second down, Swift.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Emmanuel Montball brought him down. It's a
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. That's complete. It's Collins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Patterson now for the extra point.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun. Fields. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. They snap it to Fields. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. What a chance they just took. A huge chance. They go for it on 4th down, wind up getting the first.
Go ahead and admit it. You thought it was a bad call, didn't you?
I did, yes.
I think any normal
too.
person did. How about him picking it up? Give him credit.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Fields. Flush to his right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are right back in this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Swift. He juked him and brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Collins.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. Running is Swift. Muscles him off. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 3rd down, Swift. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st down, Swift. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Quick throw to Collins. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are in the field?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Working with a 2nd and 4. Back to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Dancing to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
And one last throw here for Fields.
And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
Now for the all-critical extra point. And he's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Collins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Backed up deep in their own territory, they were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found.
And you have to think total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
They'll run on first down. Swift, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Once again, it's Swift. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 187 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
And the Lions, first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll set up to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.